Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy Tactics walkthrough. We are coming up on Finath River. This level, I would say, was my most difficult in the entire game. That might seem a little bit ridiculous, but I'll be completely honest. I just because of the actual enemy setup here, and just kind of, I guess, luck, and also a combination of what I wanted to get out of this particular map made it extremely difficult. So, what do I mean? Well, number one, enemy-wise, we've got a lot of chocobos. And here, I'll be honest, I feel like I got really lucky, and at least with this setup. So I got a bunch of yellow chocobos. Now, the annoying thing about the yellow ones is they can heal, which is, you know, there's something to be said for that. But if they're going to attack you, they have to get right up next to you. So that works out a little more, I would say, to my advantage, in just kind of how I have my character set up. Now, the other enemies, obviously, you're going to see here. Here's one red one, a red chocobo, that is. The way that this map is set up actually is all of the different yellow ones here now, a lot of them can actually be blue or red as well. Again, I just happened to get a bit lucky here and ended up with a lot of yellow ones. And you'll see here, I've got my characters equipped with ways to kind of resurrect after they've been defeated. And I just actually kind of wanted that as kind of a backup plan. What's her name? Agrius has the chantage equipped that we obtained from the last battle. And that's extremely useful. That's really good. Now, everybody else is equipped with angel rings, I believe. And those are cool because if you die, you resurrect once. Unfortunately, though, it is only one time that you can resurrect. After that activates, it won't activate again in the same battle. So unlike the chantage, which is basically infinite resurrects, the angel rings are one time only per battle. So again, I guess keep in mind that's how I have my character set up. Now, the reason why the red and the black chocobos are so brutal is they have the ability to attack you from range. The red ones have like Chocobo Meteor and Chocoball, I believe it is. And the black ones have Chocoball. So, and then combine all of that with the fact that, I mean, if you can see here, their levels are extremely high as well. So, some of my characters are down in their 20s, like Mustadio and Agrius. And I believe only Ramza is the only one. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think my monks here, my dancers, are right around in the 50s, maybe a little bit less. But again, significant level advantage that the enemies have over my characters. So that's another issue or that's another thing that was kind of compounding this, compounding the difficulty of this battle. So, like I said, I bet I had to reset this battle 10 times. I'm gonna say at least 10 times, just because of getting extremely unlucky. Now, So that's the one thing that makes or two things that make the battle hard. Number one, the enemy, and then number two is the enemy level, in comparison to your character. So, again, if that is actually an issue, you can, go somewhere else and level up the rest of your characters. If that, seems to be your problem. Otherwise, you can just pound it out like I did here. Obviously, I put Mustadio back into his engineer role, which I was not wild about, but I kind of had to. I just needed some way to stop these chocobos from destroying me, and so Don't Act was a good way to kind of accomplish that. So that's kind of what I did there. And then obviously I've got my dancers using the slow dance just to try to get some turn advantage over these enemies. That's another thing that will really, really help you out. Again, that turn advantage is huge in this game, if it wasn't obvious already, or if I hadn't beat that drum enough. But raising your character's speed and really lowering the speed of enemies can really help you out. And I almost feel like that's a good way of, you know, kind of playing catch up with the enemies as far as like from a power standpoint. If your characters are really underleveled or underpowered somehow, or for some reason, you know, slowing enemies down while speeding yourself up can be a really good way to kind of combat that issue. And here I'm trying to use the Crush Punch, the ones that does the auto kill, but wasn't having much luck there. All right, so the final thing I would say that made this battle a little more difficult was I wanted this Yuribo. I think that's how you say that enemy. It's this little pig-looking monster. And the reason why I wanted that is I actually wanted to obtain a bunch of the different female helmet items in the game. Actually, I should check out a list here. Boy, no, I'm not gonna have access to that right this second. Actually, I do. Okay, let me pull this up for you, just so we know what our or what the benefits of poaching them is. Final. There we go. All right, so let's see what we've got here. All right, so the Yuribo, its rare poach is the Katyusha, which I think is okay. That item is all right. I actually just wanted a bunch of them just have like a complete item list. I don't feel like that's the best helmet though for females. And again, that is female only, so keep that in mind. Excuse me. The next tier of Yuribo is called the Porky, and its common poach is the Chantage. So, awesome, insane accessory for females. Obviously, we've already got one. It, you know, obviously keeps regeneration as well as basically permanent re-raise on that character. So that's just an insanely awesome poach. The second tier of the Yuribo, again, is called the Porky. Normal poach is the Chantage. The rare poach is the Nagra Rock. Now, that's a sword. I'll be honest, I don't really like them that much. They're okay. They're not the worst things ever. But they have extremely low attack power, but on hit, they've got a chance to turn your enemies into frogs. Which is pretty insane. Frogs are extremely weak. They take more damage than normal, and they also deal much less damage. And I don't believe when your character is turned into a frog, they can't use any of their like regular abilities. Literally the only thing that they can do is use like physical attacks on you. So that status effect is actually pretty awesome. So I don't know. Again, the only real problem with the Nagra Rock is the attack damage is so low. It's like, I think it's 1. So it's one of the weakest items in the game. Again, but the reason why you really equip that is for that frog status. So you know, if you can always try it out. If you like it, stick with it. If not, then, you know, go to something else. No big deal. And then, all right, so the third enemy in the family tree, in the Yuribo family tree, is called the Wild Bow. The Wild Bow is interesting. It's the only monster in the game that you will never fight in a random battle. Literally, the only way to get them is by breeding your monsters. So, interesting item, interesting enemy. And they've got 2 decent items, I would say. Well, one of them is decent, the other one is not so good. So, their common poach is the Ribbon. The Ribbon is, I would say, the best helmet in the game for female characters. If I remember correctly, it prevents literally all of the different status effects. There might be, actually, let me check here just to make sure. But if I remember correctly, it prevents basically everything. Or it's got, I should at least say it may not prevent everything, but it's at least got the best coverage. Oh my gosh, yeah, this has almost got to be everything. All right, so It prevents dead, undead, petrify, invitation, darkness, confusion, silence, bloodsuck, berserk, frog, poison, slow, stop, charm, sleep, don't move, don't act, and death sentence. That seems like that's everything. I don't know. Maybe there's something in there that I'm not seeing. What about sleep? I'm not seeing sleep in here. Oh, there it is. Nuts. Okay, so I would say, at the very least, it's the best protection from status effects of all of the items in the entire game. And that's all in one, piece of equipment. Now, what's the crummy thing about the ribbon? Well, the ribbon only gives you 10 HP. So let's compare that to some of the other helmets in the game. The very, very best helmet in the game gives you 140 HP. So that's 130 HP difference. So huge, huge. But to be completely honest, I feel like it's completely worth it. I would take all that status protection over 130 extra HP any day of the week. No joke. I just think it's way too good, because there's other ways, and especially if you go out of your way to level up your characters. There's and again I'll do a level up, level down kind of walkthrough just to show you guys the benefits of I would almost say like extra leveling or maximizing stats. And that kind of goes along with that. So towards the end of the game, I mean, if you do that enough, you don't even have to worry about HP. You'll be maxed out. That would take a lot of work, and I'm definitely not going to do it. But just know that you can. And I mean, just to be honest, HP isn't everything in this game. It might seem like it at certain times, but it's really not. Oh, that was such a horrible miss on that snipe. I really wanted to get that red chocobo locked down, but unfortunately, Mustadio did not connect. So that's unfortunate. But, alright, so anyways, back to the wild bow. So the ribbon is its common poach, which is awesome. That's just amazing. I can't believe, actually, that the ribbon is its common, but you know what? That's cool. And then the rare poach is actually, I would say, complete garbage. It's the FS bag. And bags are, to be completely honest, not my favorite items in the game. They've got randomized damage. I will be honest though, I will say there's one bag that I actually like, and I believe that's the H bag, and the reason being, and I think I mentioned this in one of the other videos, but that is the only weapon in the entire game that gives you a bonus to your speed. So that's why I like that. That's why, really, that's the only reason why I would ever consider using it. But yeah, so anyways, that's the poaching, and that's kind of what I wanted to get here. Was this is the earliest point in the game, I believe, anyway, or if I remember correctly, that you can get one of these Yoribo into your party. And so I figured, you know what, I might as well try to snag him right now, and that's what I did. So eventually here you'll see me work on getting him in the party, and I believe so. There's two different ways to get monsters into your party. Number one is the invitation skill by the mediator. Now, I don't remember if you actually have to be a mediator to speak with animals. I believe you do, though. And so if you want to try to use the invitation and not be in the mediator job, I believe you need to equip the monster skill ability. Or not, sorry, not monster skill. I believe it's monster talk. And I think that's like a passive ability learned in the mediator job. So I don't remember what I did here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I do remember. I actually went with the other method, and that's the train ability. I think that might be mediator as well. Let me check here. Just to make sure. Learn mediator. Train. Yes, it is. Okay. So train is a passive ability, actually just like monster talk. So monster talk is a mediator ability as well, and both, like I said, both of them are passive abilities. So unfortunately, you can't have both equipped at the same time, which is actually okay. Not that big of a deal. But so what Train does actually is basically invites a monster automatically when they drop into terminal status. So terminal is basically critical status. So just like this, this chocobo, this red chocobo here, is kind of sitting down. You can tell that he's unhealthy or low on HP. So that's how Train works. Now you just have to be careful because you can't kill the monster straight up. So basically, if you hit too hard, you won't be able to train the monster. So you kind of have to be careful, especially with Ramza's scream ability. You don't want to, scream too many times and then make it so that you're basically one-shotting the enemy instead of dropping them into critical status. So it can be a little tricky. I'll be completely honest, though. I actually like it more than the Train ability. More than the Invite ability, because Invite typically has a really, really low success rate. And so you'll end up spending a ton of time, just trying to get that to work. So, it's up to you on what method you want to use. If this is something that you want to try for this, this battle, or really any other battle. But just know that, I don't know, my opinion, I like Train much more. It can be, let's be honest, it can be a bit tricky. But I feel like it's the better of the two methods. One other thing, though, with Train, I will say you have to be careful because it doesn't take critical attacks into effect. So, you can walk up to an enemy and, look at how much damage, you're supposed to do or that you'll typically do. And then, for whatever reason, the game decides that you need to critical hit. And boom, you end up one-shotting the enemy instead of dropping them into critical health status. So, again, there's that too. So, again, it's completely up to you which method of the two you like to use. There's definitely arguments against Train, as I just outlined. But that's the method I stuck with. So we'll see here. It won't be too much longer. We're really getting close to the end of this battle here. So unfortunately, I had to play it safe. It was like I said, I had reset this battle so many times that I was actually pretty worried about this, and like I said, I just absolutely had to play it safe. Otherwise, I could have been really upset. Because frankly, this was one of the best setups I had seen, in the 10 or 11 resets that I had to do. Otherwise, I was getting like, three red chocobos, one black chocobo, and then one yellow, and like the red ones were just flying right up to my monks and destroying them in the first turn. It was horrible. So let's see what how much am I gonna do here? 120. That's not. No, that was not going to be enough to bring him into critical status. So I'm gonna use the Scream ability to raise Ramza's attack damage here. I'll probably have to do that a couple of times to get into that damage range where we'll be dropping that Yoribo into critical status. So and then here, if you noticed, it's probably overkill on slow dance. The reason why I kept dancing though was obviously my one monk is in critical status there, and I didn't want her to appear and then get killed by that yellow chocobo. So. And they're kind of blocking Mustadio right now and kind of keeping him safe. Obviously, he used up the Angel Ring, the Rebirth on that, so I didn't want to, have him die again and then run the risk of not being able to revive him or something. That would have been pretty horrible. Here, I'm just checking the speed on these enemies. Wow, that guy is still at 5, amazingly. Even though we've had that speed song going the entire time. Boom! Eat it! So here we're looking really good. It's looking like we're going to pretty easily win now. These things are so weak. Ooh. Thanks, buddy. It's really helping me more than hurting me by dashing. 128, that's not going to be enough yet. So let's keep using Scream. Excuse me. All right. So what we got left here? Two yellow chocobos and the Uribo. So yeah, there won't be much left of this battle. To be honest, I probably could have pinged the Uribo with a couple of Wisnibus hits and been able to train it. That actually probably would have been better than trying to use Scream, you know, multiple times. Or at least it would have been faster. Oh, nice. We're able to get this Chocobo targeted here. Boom. I think she's equipped with the Defender. Agrius definitely did work on this map, and I really like. Obviously, I put her back into the Holy Knight job in order to equip her with Knight swords, as well as, you know, use her Holy Sword skill, whatever that is. What is that called? Ability. Yeah, Holy Sword. Mustadio. Oh, let's see here. Oh, okay. Don't know if that I really needed to do that, but that's okay. Really wish I would have ended these slow dances a little bit earlier. I think that really we're just kind of wasting time by using those continually, but I'm gradually moving Agrius closer here, trying to get to these other chocobos. Okay, 150. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go one more at least. Pretty close here. I'm not sure what the threshold for the critical status would really be on this Uribo, but I feel like it can't be too much more. Did I gain? Don't move. All right. All right. So now the Uribo is not going to be able to run away or do any of that funny business. 160. Yeah. Nope, not enough. Okay. I should have waited. I should have probably done one more scream. So, basically what I'll end up doing here, excuse me, is actually healing up this Uribo in order to bring him back up to a good HP amount. And then we'll have to maybe alter Ramza's attack power a little more here. We'll see. Ooh. So there, now that if you notice, these chocobos aren't getting turns. And so Agrius there was able to use like 3 lightning swords before that chocobo even got to take another turn. And the good thing about that, obviously, was that they're so slow that you know, they're not able to heal themselves. So, you know, she just is able to get turn after turn. Ooh, chakra. Oh yeah, I considered moving her over here to use chakra on the Yuribo, but I think I just used wish with Ramza instead. Oh yeah, we're getting really close to the end of this battle, so good, finally. This one ended up taking so long. And again, it's, you know, I was being really careful, and then on top of it, it was just a really tough fight. You know, my level, or the fact that Ramza is so much higher level than everybody else was actually really a detriment. That was actually what really hurt me for this map. Alright. One more scream. Hopefully this is it. Holy explosion. Okay, let's see here. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. 168 and tamed. Perfect. All right. So there you have it. Like I said, that ended up taking a long time. I almost wonder if him being like a mediator maybe would have been better, just to go with the invite command instead. Or, you know, I guess talk skill combined with monster talk, that may have worked too. I'm not sure if I had both of those abilities learned at this point though. I mean, talk skill, obviously, that's just the mediator command. And I know I had invite, because I used invite way earlier on in the game, almost right away, to obtain some chocobos. Alright, that's it, though. Finally beat the battle, got the Yuribo invited, and basically I'll just be, you know, running around trying to get those to breed, and then we'll be poaching those. So, yeah, we'll just add him to the party and call it a day. But anyways, I hope this guide was helpful, and as always, hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.